Hi, my name is Mike Schramer, and along with my wife Debbie, we're the creators of this YouTube channel, Nature Artist. We're also the authors of these two books, Fairy Village, which we wrote the stories, created a village last year, and it's full of beautiful watercolors and examples of the kind of things that we make. Also Fairy House, which was the first book, and it's a step-by-step instructional book on how to make fairy furniture, fairy furnishings, and fairy houses, all the way up into big houses, which you may have seen our 5-foot house, and we'll be teaching those. Examples of some of the work that are in that book are things like this gondola bed, fairy gondola bed, also this fairy cradle, and a chair, all the way up into the houses. We're going to teach you how to make small houses all the way up into big houses. So stay tuned, watch our tutorial videos, and today we're going to be showing you something new. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make a little chair like this out of 2 pieces of bark. So let's get started. So this is the chair we're going to make today. It's made from bark, 2 pieces, a piece of twisted vine, a grapevine tendril, some moss at the joints, and twigs. So here's a sample of some of the materials: grapevine tendril, some twigs, some green moss, some bark. And so if you're ready, let's get started. I was going through my box of materials and I found these 2 little pieces of bark, and I thought, wow, they look really good right like that, so I'm going to make a chair based on that. And then I found this piece of vine in the same box, and I'm going to add that to the back. And then I'm going to add another piece of grapevine tendril to give it some height on the back. I've already cut some legs that I had ahead of time from a twig, and I'm going to start right in with those. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put this piece of vine on the back of that. So I'm going to put a little dollop of glue there and there. I'm going to hold those down a little bit so that they're there. A little hot at first. Just hold them for a few seconds and then they'll hold. And then I'm going to add a little piece of moss right there, and I've got more than I need, so I'll tear part of that off. And I'll put some on the other side. And then we'll clean it all up when we're done. We'll make sure there's no glue showing and no glue threads. And we'll have real good moss all the way around. I'll go ahead and add the tendril to the back, right there. I'm just going to put it underneath and hold it. And adding these kind of things makes it really interesting. You can add dried flowers, you can add different pods and seeds to give it some color, and dried flowers work really well. So all that you can do with that. Next thing I'm going to do is add it to the seat. So I'm going to go along the seat and put a bead of glue along there, and then I've prepared a piece of moss. If you get moss though it's a little moist, and you can moisten it by just spritzing it with a spray bottle so that it rolls out into nice pieces. Like I have this one rolled out. You can add them much easier. If your moss is a little dry, try getting it a little wetter and it'll work a little better. So this will press right in there, and it won't burn me because my fingers are not touching the glue, they're pushing the moss in. So that's what you want to do. Okay, so we got it pretty good there. Again, I say we'll clean that up later. And I've got some legs that I've chose that I cut from twigs, and I like to have a little bend in the leg to give it a little interest, so that's what I've picked out. So I'm going to put a little glue on there. Sorry, throwing that down kind of hard. So we'll just keep adding the legs one by one to the front. And if you can find legs that have a little interesting twist to them, it adds to the character of the chair. And just takes a little searching, just be patient, and those things will pop out at you, and after a while you'll see those things really easily. So this chair has a nice little seat, a rounded seat, and an interesting back. You can add arms here and other things. I'm going to turn it around so we can get the other 2 legs in. I'm going to set it down for a minute there to add the other legs. I'm just putting some glue on here for you. And I'll put one there. Get back here where you can see me. And we'll put the other one right up under here. Yeah, okay. Put it down for a minute. You just kind of move it around with your eye, and you see this is where it looks good. It looks a little better here or there, and sometimes you have to move them so that they'll balance out and hold the chair up properly. I'm trying to hurry for you here, but I need to slow down so they'll set up. So when they're glued and set up a little bit, I'm going to turn them over, and when they start adding some moss around them so it'll hold them better. Now this piece of glue will go right into the joint of the back and the leg, so it actually is going to hold those together too. So I'm just going to press that in with my fingers, like that. Get another piece ready, and this time I'm putting the glue right on the moss instead of putting it on the bark. So you can do it either way. And they press into place, and we'll get the other two in the front. Got pieces ready for that. Again, I'm just going to put it on the moss, and then I'm going to roll it in with my fingers, like that. And we have one more on the other front. Again, I'm just putting it on the moss like that, and then just pushing it into place with my fingers like that. Okay? Okay, so there's our chair. Looks like I have to do a little bit of adjusting because one leg's not long enough. I probably should turn this one out a little more. And like I say, I'll go back and put moss in here, and so you can't see any of it. In fact, I should move this leg out a little bit so it's going to stay like that. So that's how to make a little chair out of bark and grapevine and some vines and just regular branches and twigs. I hope you've enjoyed this little tutorial of how to make a little chair out of bark. So thanks for watching today's project of how to make a little chair out of bark. Remember, we have our two books, Fairy Village and Fairy House, which you can buy on the link below on our Etsy store. And if you want them personally signed to you, let us know about that. We have a lot more tutorial videos to share with you for free. And we also have some, if you follow our links below, there's courses that you can buy into that show a lot more detail and a lot more amazing projects. So check it out, it's very affordable, and we'd love to have you come be part of our family. Thanks for watching. See you next time.